Live from Toronto, Canada, The Conspiracy Show with Richard Syrett from Zoomer Radio, AM 740.
And welcome to the Audio Imaginarium. I'm going to give you some advance notice. You're going to have to get thee to a quiet room and sort of saddle up close, get nice and intimate and up close and personal with your radio receiver, because we're going to have a couple of low talkers in studio, and that's by design. I'll get to more of that in just a moment. Welcome to The Conspiracy Show. My name is Richard Syrett. Last night, and Friday night, of course, sitting in, hosting Coast to Coast. And last night I happened to mention being a Canuck of a certain age. And I remember in public school, going back to, let's say, 1971, Echo Place Public School in Brantford. And, of course, before the school day would begin, we would sing God Save the Queen in school. In fact, I don't think O Canada became our official national anthem until, I want to say, about 1980. Anyway, we only sang the first verse, as far as I can remember. God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen, God save the Queen, send her victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us, God save the Queen. That's all there was. And I didn't realize until recently there are other verses. And the second one, which I've just discovered, and the fourth, I found this very interesting. And it's rather fitting given the subject matter that we discuss on this program. Listen to the lyrics in verse 2. O Lord our God, arise, scatter her enemies, and make them fall. Confound their politics, frustrate their knavish tricks. O thee our hopes we fix, God save us all. Confound their politics, frustrate their knavish tricks. Sounds like the composer, and there are various theories as to who that was, but it sounds like the composer was worried about some conspiracy being launched against Britannia, does it not? But listen, it gets better. Listen to the fourth verse. Again, God save the Queen. You may not remember this from school. From every latent foe, from the assassin's blow, God save the Queen. Or her thine arm extend, for Britain's sake defend, our mother, prince, and friend, God save the Queen. If anyone can explain the context of those lyrics, I'd love to know. Whose knavish tricks was the composer speaking of? And what's all this God save the Queen, or the King at the time? It was, when it was first performed in 1745, it would have been God save the King. But what's all this about from every latent foe and from the assassin's blow? Again, sounds like there was a conspiracy afoot. Little did I know that when I was singing God Save the Queen back in Echo Place Public School in the early 70s, one day I'd be peddling conspiracy theories on the airwaves. But here we are. Follow the truth, friends. If you haven't ordered your passes to my all-day conference on Sunday, November the 16th, you better do it soon. Time is a-wasting. And we're only offering a limited number of tickets so we can keep this thing reasonably intimate. So go to followthetruth.tv, check out the list of incredible speakers I'm bringing to town. Roswell investigator Don Schmidt, retired U.S. Army Sergeant Jim Peniston, who was a key witness to the Rendlesham Forest UFO incident, Professor Ronald Mallet from the University of Connecticut to discuss time travel, Jim Elvidge on the Matrix, Patty Greer, one of the world's great circle chasers. I'm talking about crop circles. And, very excited, we've recently added another truly remarkable individual to the lineup, and she's standing by in studio with a special guest. We're going to spend the next hour with her. Let me get back to Follow the Truth for just a second. Again, it's being held in Oshawa at the Regent Theatre, which is a beautifully restored theatre down on King Street in downtown Oshawa. I believe it was on the vaudeville circuit about 80 years ago. So I'll be up on stage presenting these remarkable people, and then after the conference there'll be a special intimate meet and greet upstairs at the theater. So listen, I need you to do this. I need you to call the box office, 905-721-3399. Use the code word Roswell and receive a special 25% discount off the price of your passes. Roswell. And we'll put the first 200 tickets sold into a draw. The first 200 tickets will be placed in a draw. Prize number 1, you get to sit in on this radio show. You'll sit right next to me in the studio, co-host the Conspiracy Show. You can even help produce the show, pick the guests. Prize number 2, dinner with yours truly. I'll pick up the tab. Hell, I'll even carry the tray. No, not to worry. I'm going to pick a nice place. I'll pick a nice spot. You and a friend and me and maybe, who knows, the mighty Aphrodite, if she's in town. Prize number 3, you get to hang out in the green room with me, backstage, and our great lineup of speakers. You get individual access to these amazing people. You get lunch, copies of our speakers' books, DVDs, and a copy of my 2-volume collection of Strange Planet. So don't wait. I want to see you there. I want to put a face to all of you, my wonderful listeners. The box office number again, 905-721-3399. Call first thing tomorrow before you forget, and you miss out. This is going to be a truly unique experience. Think of TED Talks or Idea City for the UFO paranormal conspiracy minded. And as I say, one of our featured guests for Follow the Truth is here. Debbie Papadakis. She was destined to be a teacher, a healer, and a lifelong student of the human mind. At a very young age, she carried a deep passion and curiosity about the human mind and human personalities, and what started out as a career in psychotherapy exposed Debbie to the study of human dynamics, where she recognized an increased need in employing hypnotherapy and past life exploration techniques to treat her clients. This led to her advanced practice by becoming a Reiki master, a past life regression trainer, practitioner, a neuro-linguistic programming practitioner, trainer, a timeline therapy practitioner, trainer, master practitioner practicing counseling, psychology. She's got a resume that's as long as a first down in the CFL, let me tell you. Anyway, she's here once again we'll talk a little bit about what she's going to be doing at Follow the Truth, the Conspiracy Show Summit, but we're conducting another in our series of live past life regressions, live on the air. And just seated to Debbie's left. First of all, Debbie, how are you? Welcome.
Hi, Richard. Welcome, and hi to all the listeners.
Seated to your left is our subject for tonight. And just before the show, back in the boardroom down the hall, you placed Paul,
yes,
Coitus, in a deep hypnotic state. In fact, my intern, Albert, was leading him by the hand, and I've never seen Paul this relaxed. I know Paul because he is my partner in Follow the Truth. He is producing the Conspiracy Show Summit, and he's also the Associate Dean at Durham College in the School of Media, Art, and Design, where I happen to teach part-time. So Paul is, as I say, I've never seen him more relaxed. I mean, he is in a deep state, is he not, Debbie?
Yes, he's in a very deep state, and a couple of minutes ago he had some tears.
We should, cards on the table here, total disclosure. Not everyone, as you know, Debbie, not everyone is a candidate to be placed in a deep meditative state. Not everyone can be hypnotized.
That's correct.
So, before we do this on the air, we don't just do it cold. We have to determine whether people are good candidates. So
that's right.
Paul came down to see you at the Hypno Healing Institute.
That's right. We did some testings to make sure he's receptive to this kind of work in order to bring him here today and to go to a deep trance and explore his past lives.
And so he's going to undergo
yes.
what we hope is a past life regression. We don't know necessarily. I mean, we are working without a net here. This is live radio, folks.
That's right. That's right. Well, a minute ago, when I asked him where he was, he told me he was in India, but it's been now 20 minutes. I don't know where he is.
Now, Paul, as far as I know, has never undergone, prior to, I guess it was this past Thursday, has never undergone hypnosis.
That's right.
And he certainly never sort of delved into past life regression.
No.
Now, he's laying back. I'm going to get him, are you able to get him to lean forward and speak more directly into the mic?
Okay, Paul, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. At 3, you will come You will lean
But I need you on the mic
forward,
at the same
just
time,
a
Debbie.
little forward, and the minute you're leaning forward, you're going much deeper than you're right now. 1, 2, 3. Just forward, and you're going deeper and deeper while you're doing this. That's right.
And I need you on the
Very
mic too,
comfortable
Debbie. Can you
and
hear me?
Safe. That's right.
There he is.
Wonderful, yes.
Okay, you have to stay on the mic too,
Yes.
if you can hear me. Okay. Do you want to strap on the headset?
If I have this, it's better.
Yeah. Albert, in the other room. Can you hear me, Albert? Can you come in and make sure that Debbie's headset is turned up? Because she needs to hear me. We don't need a headset on Paul.
Okay.
Albert, my trusty intern, joining us from Ryerson. Albert, her headset, not too loud. Okay, can you hear me now, Debbie, through your headset?
Oh, yes. Now
Excellent.
okay.
Okay, so you stay on mic. All right, so where are we going to take Paul?
Well, I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and I'm going to ask Paul to go to the place where he was a few minutes ago, and I really don't know where he was. 1, 2, 3, Paul, just go back where you were a few minutes ago and start talking, explaining to us where you were and what you are watching, what are you seeing, and what you're experiencing. Take deep breaths while you're doing that.
He is relaxed. He is really deep. He's not asleep, is he?
No, he's not asleep. He's going to start talking now. It takes him time. He's a very deep level, so he's... Where are you, Paul?
I'm in India.
And what is happening around? Just
Speak into the mic, Debbie.
what is happening there?
It's very dark, and there's so many stars. I've never seen so many stars. It's beautiful.
And what are you doing there?
It's a party.
Uh-huh. What kind of party is that?
It's a wedding.
Wedding. Who is getting married?
I don't know them. I don't know. I don't know why I'm here, but I'm at this wedding.
Take a couple of deep breaths and just look around. And I'm going to count from 1 to 3. You will know how you know those people and who they are. In fact, you'll know your name. 1, 2, 3. What is your name?
I'm Tom.
Tom. And how do you know those people who... How do you end up in that wedding?
I'm taking pictures.
Oh, you're a photographer.
He's the wedding photographer, I guess.
I'm a journalist.
Journalist.
And tell us more about your life. How old are you? A man, female?
I'm a man.
Man, how old are you?
I'm 25.
25.
What part of India is he in, Debbie?
You ask.
Can I ask him directly? All right.
Actually, Paul, Richard is going to be asking you questions, and I just accept those questions as you accepting my questions. So you can.
Should I refer to him as Tom? Can
Yes,
I should
yes,
speak directly
yes.
to Tom. All
Yes.
right, not Paul, but Tom.
Yes.
Tom, do you have a sense of what part of India you're in? Is it the south? Is it the north?
I've never been here before, and it's the south, and I'm on assignment. I got to take some pictures, but it's I don't know these people, but it's beautiful here. I've never seen something so beautiful. There's so many stars. I'm wearing like khaki pants. I have very long hair.
What year is it? How do we find that out, Debbie?
He's going to talk just as the information is coming to him. 1, 2, 3. You have the information. What year is it?
This is 1960.
1960.
1960. So who's getting married? Why are these people so important that there's a journalist covering the story?
I'm just here to tell stories. Why am I here? I love it, though. It's a great place.
So these aren't necessarily famous people. He's sort of documenting, what, a day in the life of India?
Well, you ask him and he'll tell you.
Tom, are you on
I'm
assignment?
traveling around.
For whom? National Geographic? What? Who?
I'm just taking pictures for myself, but I want people to see these pictures someday.
All right, listen, we got to take a time out, Debbie. Stay put. Tom, Paul, stay put. Back with more of the Conspiracy
Thank
Show, a live past life regression on the air. Stay with us.
Curiosity? Or did the devil make you do it? Whatever the reason, welcome back to The Conspiracy Show with Richard Serrett from Zoomer Radio, AM 740. To talk to Richard, call 416-360-0740 or toll free in Ontario at 1-866-740-4740. The truth is not out there, it's right here. The Conspiracy Show with Richard Serrett from Zoomer Radio, AM 740.
All right, welcome back. In studio, Debbie Papadakis, who will be one of our featured speakers at Follow the Truth, the Conspiracy Show Summit, a past life regression therapist, and in studio as well, our subject tonight is Paul Koides, who is actually the producer of Follow the Truth, the Conspiracy Show Summit, and he is in a deep, deep meditative state. He is under hypnosis, and he's talking about his sojourn in India, in southern India, and he has indicated that his name is Tom. He seems to be a photojournalist, and it is the year 1960, and he is, at the present time, experiencing or re-experiencing a wedding where he's taking pictures. Debbie, what else can we find out about Tom?
Where are those pictures in this current time? Those pictures, do they exist somewhere? No.
He's shaking his head no.
What else is happening there, Tom?
I'm not there anymore.
Where are you now?
It's daytime. It's very bright, and I'm surrounded by a lot of colors.
Mm-hmm.
There's different color, purple. There's gold. There's elephants. A lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
It's very hot.
And what is the event there? How did you end up there?
I live here.
I live there. And do you have a family? Do you have a...
Yes.
Yes. Tell us about your family.
I have a wife.
Uh-huh.
I can see her.
Is there anybody in these areas where you are that you recognize them from this current life?
Yes.
Tell me who is there.
Interesting.
My father-in-law.
My father-in-law. And what is the relationship you have and that life that you are in India?
He is my father.
He is my father.
So his current father-in-law in this life.
This life is father-in-law, and that life was a father.
Interesting.
Now, there was, in order to come to this life again with the same people, we usually have some contract made, something to be learned, so we come back again. What was, I'm going to count from 1 to 3, I would like you to tell us what was the contract that you guys had between the two of you. What was for you guys to learn so you came back in this current life? 1, 2, 3.
It's about love.
It's about love. And once you learn about love, both of you, what are you going to do with this information?
Everything's okay. It's about love.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't worry so much.
Shouldn't worry so much.
Does he have children? Tom, do you have children?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not Tom.
Who are you right now?
I'm Raja.
I'm Raja now.
What happened?
Did you go to another past life?
Yes.
And what year is this, Raja?
It's 1700 something.
1700 something. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. You will know the exact year. 1, 2, 3.
1750.
1750. And what is your occupation at this time?
I live in the village, and people are coming to me with questions.
The questions are towards what kind of subject? What is your...
Their problems. They have problems.
And who are you? Like, what kind work you do? You're helping them, but in what way?
I'm telling them. I'm giving them advice. I'm telling them how to solve their problems.
Are you from a wealthy family?
Oh.
Yeah. Well, better than the other ones.
Mm-hmm. And what kind of advice you giving them?
Everything.
Mm-hmm. And do you have a family there?
I have a wife.
Mm-hmm. How about children?
No.
No. Have you done anything in that life that was so significant that the information exists today? Let's say wrote a book or
I've seen my books.
My books, okay. Can you look at one of them and see what's the title?
I just see the color. It's brown. The cover's brown.
And
I'm writing it. It's not ready yet. I'm still working on it.
What are you working on it? What is the topic?
It's about life and spirituality and knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a Hindu?
What is your religion? That would be more.
Okay.
It's just the way. We don't have titles.
What else can I ask him?
Well, let's take him to. How old is he? And let's take him forward in his life.
40.
I'm 40. Okay, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. At 3, you will be at another time in the same timeline, the same life, at another time, much further in time, that it will be a significant event, which from that event you're going to learn something that you can bring it later on into this current life. 1, 2, 3. Tell me where you are.
I'm speaking to people.
Speaking to people. And
giving a speech.
The speech is about what?
It's about philosophy.
Mm-hmm. How many people are listening to you?
Oh, there's hundreds of people here.
Is he in a city, a village?
I'm outside.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a school.
Mm-hmm. And how old are you at this time?
I'm 55.
Mm-hmm. What else do you want me to ask him?
Can you take us? Can you take him, or can he describe his last days on
Thank you.
Earth?
Thank you. I'm going to again count from 1 to 3. At 3, you will be at the time that you're ready to pass from this life. You will go to, and just remember, you will see the event without any emotions. You will be able to describe it. You will basically see yourself passing from this life, and you will tell us where you're going. 1, 2, 3. What's happening? What's the event without any emotion?
I'm waiting for me now. I'm waiting.
Waiting for what?
I'm waiting for me to come back.
Mm-hmm.
To come back from where?
I can see it all.
Tell us in details what you see.
It's light. It's blue.
Oh, so you left your body already, isn't it?
I'm waiting for it to happen.
Okay.
I'm watching.
And what are you feeling?
It's just peace. It's just, there's no feeling.
Is it okay for you to look backwards and see your body and describe if there are people there at your funeral?
I'm just above it, watching it.
Okay.
How old are you when you pass?
I'm just seeing it from above. But I'm waiting. I'm
what are you waiting for?
For it to happen, so I can...
And I'm going to count from 1 to 3. The time has come, and it will happen. Whatever you meant happen. 1, 2, 3. Tell me what's all going on now.
Okay, I'm coming back.
Coming back where?
We're light. We're just light.
Thank you. Follow the light, and you will see a bigger light. Follow that light, and allow that light to take you even further. There will be an orientation place.
I'm tingling.
That's okay. That's wonderful. Your body's healing right now.
I'm tingling.
His body's healing right now. Right now he's tingling because he's in another dimension right now. And
my whole face is tingling.
That's okay.
Let me just recap.
Just relax.
Paul Coides is in studio. He is the producer of Follow the Truth, my all-day conference.
Like to help you?
And Debbie Papadakis is also in studio. Debbie is a past life regression therapist. She's going to be part of our panel at the Follow the Truth, the Conspiracy Show Summit. And Paul is undergoing a past life regression live on the air. And Debbie has taken him back to mid-18th century in India, where he appears to be to have been some sort of, guru, spiritual advisor, and she has taken him to the moment of his death, which he is now describing.
And now he's in time between life between life. So he's above, he's by about, and he's tell us what's happening right now.
My whole face is tingling. Everything is tingling in my body.
Your body's transforming right now. Your body's healing all the way. And when people go to this situation, they're healing all the way.
Can you give us details? Can you give us details of how you passed? How did you die?
You know what? I'm going to ask him. The how to die is too past now. We have
is it? Okay.
We have to go and see what's happening where he is.
All right.
Can we call some help? Can you call some? I don't know. I don't want to give you the words here, but who's coming to help you? Is any spiritual?
Oh, we're all here.
We're all here. And just because of time, I'm going to ask you to go further and...
Michael's here.
Michael.
I'm Michael.
Oh, you're Michael. And can you describe how you look, even though...
Oh, I have wings.
You have wings.
It's okay, and everything's okay.
Everything is okay.
Who are you, Michael? What are you?
I can see myself. It's light. We're just light.
Uh-huh.
Why do you have wings?
I shouldn't be talking about this.
Okay.
Interesting.
You can talk only what you think is the most appropriate thing to talk, please. It's okay. We have to respect that.
We're all light, and it's all okay. Our beings are just light.
Is any place to go to learn something further?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's always a place to go. We're always learning. Learning is divine.
Yes.
It's all about learning.
How about your soul groups? Is it okay for you just go to your soul group and tell us how does that group look like and what is the main thing for you, who you are, with regarding to your soul groups?
We shouldn't get upset.
We should not get upset. Thank you. That's a good information.
Can I ask Michael another question?
Yeah.
You have wings. Do you... I know if you can't answer, you can't answer it. Are you an angel? Are you an angel?
I shouldn't talk about this.
He doesn't, and I'm not going to, please, let's not push something. When they're in this place, to talk about it is not...
Okay. All right. Thank you.
We have to respect that. Just tell us something about your soul groups.
We're friends.
Mm-hmm. How many are you?
There's two of us, and there's Michael.
Mm-hmm. And what's your purpose of your being? Your purpose of your being. Look towards the future. Look towards the past.
Tingling.
You're tingling.
You know what, Debbie? We're heading into a break, so why don't we get that answer when we come back, and then we'll bring Paul out of this, and we'll sort of do our live on-air debriefing.
Thank you.
Paul Coides is undergoing a past life regression. Debbie Papadakis,
It's okay. It's okay.
our past life regression therapist in studio, back with
Relax.
more of the Conspiracy Show.
It's okay. Yeah.
Paul is getting very emotional at this moment. Let's take a time out. We'll come back with more here. My name is Richard Serrett.
If you're sure your phone isn't tapped, call now 416-360-0740 or toll free in Ontario at 1-866-740-4740.
Keeping an eye on the New World Order. This is The Conspiracy Show with Richard Serrett from Zoomer Radio, AM 740. To speak with Richard, call 416-360-0740 or toll free 1-866-740-4740.
All right, welcome back. That was just a little preview of what you could experience at Follow the Truth, the Conspiracy Show Summit coming up in November in Oshawa at the Regent Theatre. And Debbie Papadakis is in studio, past life regression therapist. As I say, she'll be one of our featured guests at Follow the Truth, November the 16th. You can read a little bit more about Debbie at followthetruth.tv. Now, our subject tonight, the gentleman whose voice you heard, is Paul Koivis, who is the producer of Follow the Truth, the Conspiracy Show Summit. He's with Fireside Tartan Events. And Paul, hey, welcome.
Hi. Hey, thank you very much.
You were out. You were under.
That was wild. Yeah.
Was this your first time under hypnosis? I mean, I know you saw Debbie earlier in the week and you did sort of a pre-session, but was that your first time?
If whatever that was hypnosis, this is probably my second time. Yeah.
So the first time was with Debbie on Thursday.
Yes. Yeah. Correct.
How do you feel?
Right now, I feel amazing. I got to tell you, I feel great.
Do you have any recollection of what you were talking about while you were under?
Yeah, it's again, not knowing how this really works, to be honest with you. But I can recall all of it. I'm conscious during all. I'm aware of what's happening. I'm just saying things that I wouldn't normally say, and being in two places at the same time. Pretty. It's really mind blowing. Like literally, it's really quite incredible.
You were Tom. You seemed to be a photojournalist in India, 1960. You were taking pictures of a wedding. You were describing the beautiful night sky and so forth.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. Yeah.
Have you ever been to India?
I was there about maybe 8 years ago, I think. Yeah.
Were you at a wedding, perchance?
No.
And any idea why the connection to photojournalism?
It's funny. It was me. It looked like me. I could see this person, but I looked like me, but different than me. And I could see what I was wearing. I could see the camera. I could see where I was. I was a bit confused why I was there. But it was all very fleeting. There was a lot of different sort of crashing images all happening at the same time. And then, of course, which is what happened the first time, I ended up in this other place, which I can't quite describe what it is because I don't have any words for it. But the images I can see very clearly.
Paul went to a different dimension, and it's very interesting when you ask him to describe about these beings with their wings. And he says, I'm not supposed to talk about it. This happened a number of times. This is a very sacred place, a very sacred situation. And very often they will only tell you what is the most appropriate thing to say. And I can see that in the radio he will not talk about it.
Well, we should explain that the second past life that you experienced, you seem to be some sort of a holy man. Rav, was your name Rav? Raja, yeah. And people were coming to you for advice. You seemed to be some sort of a scribe or an author. You were writing a book. This was in the mid-1800s. Does this sound familiar?
70s,
yeah. That one was a little more vivid, I think, than the first one. And I could see the rooms I was in. I could see the people. I knew why I was there. I was talking to people. I was writing. Yeah, absolutely.
And then Debbie took you to the last day of your life. We don't have too much detail as to why you passed, how you passed, when, but you were hovering above your body, and then you went into this this other dimension you're talking about.
He went to this other dimension. Richard, when we do these sessions are 3 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. So just cutting it down, even that the first break we took here for 5 minutes, he ended up in somewhere else because he's there and then he doesn't, you know what I mean? He's not giving instruction. He's the sound of the voice and everything else. And then his mind took him to something else. And it's a very short period of time. But so.
Let me ask you, Paul, prior to this experience, what are your views on reincarnation?
You know, apart from maybe appreciating it or understanding it at an intellectual level, you know, I really didn't think much of it. You know, I come from a family that has many different religions, you know, attached to it. Some of them are not open to the idea of past lives. Other parts of my family, you know, it's a big part of who they are. So I never really thought about it much, apart from an intellectual level. Now, having gone through this experience, so when I was coming to it, really it was just very experimental. I was just, let's just see what happens. I think now, coming out of it, you know, it's all very, very possible. And it's funny because I've been talking to people about this for the last couple of days since I had this first experience on Thursday. And, you know, there's a lot of people who are, you know, feeling the exact same way. And so it's funny. These people are sort of coming into focus now, and I'm exchanging a lot of new information. So, yeah, I think it's, you know, I can't quite describe it or explain why. But I was someplace else, you know. It was really quite something.
When you were in this place between incarnations, and you mentioned, then all of a sudden we were speaking to someone named Michael, who had wings. Yeah. And you weren't able to speak too much. Can I ask him about it now?
Now he can. Now he can ask.
Were you the Archangel Michael?
You know, I don't know.
Hang on, I got to go to a break. Yeah. I'm sorry. The music's kind of low here, so I gotta take a time out. We'll come back and think about that.
Yes, I will.
Was Paul the Archangel Michael? We'll get to that. Debbie Papadakis in studio, past life regression therapist. She will be part of our Follow the Truth, the Conspiracy Show Summit coming up in November. We'll give you more details, and Paul will speak to that as well, because our past life regression subject tonight is, in fact, the producer of Follow the Truth, the Conspiracy Show Summit. Back with the Conspiracy Show in a moment.
You want the truth? You can handle the truth. The Conspiracy Show with Richard Serrett from Zoomer Radio, AM 740. To get to the truth, call Richard now at 416-360-0740 or toll free at 1-866-740-4740.
Exploring theories, uncovering facts, and offering a different view of the universe. This is The Conspiracy Show with Richard Serrett on Zoomer Radio, AM 740. To speak to Richard live, call 416-360-0740 or toll free in Ontario, 1-866-740-4740.
All right, just a few moments remain with Debbie Papadakis, our past life regression therapist, and Debbie, the website, hypnohealinginstitute.com.
Hypno-healing.com.
Hypno-healing.com. Okay. And there they can find out more about the Hypno Healing Institute, the kind of work you do.
And we have all kinds of workshops coming up, too, in our place.
All right. So what can people expect when you're at the Follow the Truth, the Conspiracy Show Summit? You're going to be up there on stage? You're going to give a presentation?
Yes. I'm going to give a presentation with PowerPoint. I'm going to talk about past life for maybe 20 minutes, half an hour. And then I'm going to take one person, maybe two, maybe three, I'm not sure. And I'm going to hypnotize them, take them back to a past life in front of everybody so they can witness it. And then I'm going to take the whole group, whoever is open. We're going to spend about 40 minutes, 50 minutes to hypnotize everybody and take them to past life and perhaps to future lives. And if they're open, we can go to this place where Paul went today, to the life between life, because it's a different kind of work, but we can do that, and we will do that. And if people are open, they will have a wonderful experience.
Now, Paul, you're kind of still a little bit dazed, and this was really surreal for you.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I mean, it's a profound experience.
When you approached me, you came to me and you said, "Hey, you should take the Conspiracy Show live and let's do a summit, kind of a TED Talks, kind of an idea city." Thank you, Moses. An idea city for people that are interested in alternative viewpoints, UFOs, the paranormal, conspiracy, the supernatural. You probably weren't prepared for this, were you?
No,
you didn't know what you were getting into.
I did not, and no, I did not know what I was getting into. But I'm, everything happens for a reason. Much like the story of this summit, I think like anything that's worthwhile, there's a bit of mythology behind it, and there certainly is for this particular event. And things are unfolding the way that they're supposed to, I think.
How do you think people are going to respond when they see Debbie live in action on stage at the Regent Theater in November?
It's very interesting. Apart from this, session, the conference has a lot of other subject matter that we're going to tackle. All the things that you're talking about on your show.
Time travel, crop circles.
Absolutely.
Roswell.
And I think that there is a very quickly growing public appetite. There's an itch that people need to sort of scratch, and it's becoming the type of thing that more and more people who wouldn't normally sort of even think about this stuff are beginning to. And there's a definite Main Street kind of interest, beyond interest. People are, I think, at a stage where they want to have other people around them to talk about these things and to get the kind of information and to meet other people who talk about these things. How do I think people are going to react to it? The way that people always do. There's going to be some who are fearful of it and who don't think this kind of information should reach the light of day. There's going to be others who have never thought that it's been okay to talk about this kind of stuff because they may be labeled as, subversive or, something else. I think we're going to get a wide range of reaction, but we're going to get reaction. I think that there's a lot of people who are going to come and show up and want to meet other people and hear from these speakers. And I think the work that Debbie does is just mind blowing. Like literally, it is. I feel like a changed person since I first went through our first initial meeting on Thursday. I really do.
How so? How have you changed?
I've never felt more free, more confident. I had a really interesting experience. If you don't mind, I'll just explain the last 3 days. After I saw Debbie the first time on Thursday, it was a very long session, longer than I anticipated. I had about 3 hours sleep, and after that I jumped in a car and I drove to New York City. And, New York City, especially during the UN General Assembly, the whole world is there. Like you can feel everything, and the experiences I had over the last 3 days, like everything just fell into place. I met so many incredible people. Things are progressing in such a way, and it was just like everything was falling into place. I've literally never felt this good. Probably since I was a child.
And your feelings now about reincarnation? How do you feel about it?
I think it's I think it's fascinating, and I think it's there's a lot there. Absolutely. I mean, we only know such a little piece of information that we can sort of process. And when you start going through all these things, it's fascinating stuff. It really is. If you're asking me if I believe in it, yes. The answer is yes.
As a result of your regressions with Debbie.
Correct. I mean, again, I could probably appreciate it as a potential a reality at an academic level to some degree before, having experienced this and having Debbie take me to these places that I've been before, obviously, or even the in-between world stuff, because it was very familiar once Debbie brought me there. And of course, again, this is all things that are, I think, meant to be. I mean, the three of us sitting around here, this console right now, sort of having this conversation about this. It's wouldn't have been like imaginable 6 months ago.
Debbie, talk to me about Paul as a subject. Is he
He's very easy to hypnotize. He was open, very open. And in fact, he went to places beyond my expectation.
Really? What does that mean?
That means that I didn't have to work very hard. I asked questions, and then he will go there instead of thinking, oh, am I in the right place? Am I answering right? Am I doing it right? Oh, because the minute you start asking questions and you analyzing it, you're getting out of it. Because to go to those stages, you cannot analyze. You cannot analyze. There is no analysis in this place.
That's my problem. I don't know if I would be a good subject because
if you allow yourself,
I have a monkey mind.
No, you don't. You just say
yes,
that, and if you continuously say you have monkey mind, you will. I'm just asking you to just play along as a game. And whatever you see, people say, well, I can't see anything. You know, every moment of the day, every second of the day, we have thoughts in our heads, okay? Those thoughts are coming out as a word, as a picture, as a vibration, frequency, energy. So if I don't see anything, I mean, the monks down in Tibet, they meditated 50 years, do 20 days, 10 hours, 15 hours a day to get 1-2 minutes of nothing. I don't think none of us got this to nothing. So there is always something going on, and if we just allow and accept whatever the picture is. Here we had a situation, we think Paul is in India, and he says, no, I'm not there anymore. Do you understand that? So he is where he is, and he's accepting that. He wasn't fighting. He wasn't saying, well, let me see. This guy's asking me to go there, and now they left me for 5 minutes because we had the break, and I'm supposed to. No, he just went. Wherever he went. And 1 minute he's here, the other minute he's there, the next minute he's in the life between life. It's very interesting. This life between life, I've seen people heal all kinds of problems and illnesses and all that, because once like he said, he's tingling because the body is allowing the information to travel. It's like when you go and have a acupuncture or something, they put the needles to allow the energy to flow. Well, the energy is flowing and the body's healing automatically.
That's what that was. I got to be honest with you. Because you were in India and you were talking about death, I thought maybe you were on a funeral pyre.
Right.
That's no, honestly, I thought you were being, cremated.
No. Oh, right.
I'm not trying to make light of it. That's you say, oh my God, I'm feeling tingling.
That tingling sensation, probably the second time now that's happened. The first time on Thursday. That is probably the most startling, profound thing. Like literally everything in my body was tingling. I don't know how I would make myself feel that way or tingle. Like I couldn't will myself right now to have my fingers or my face or anything tingle, but everything. It was really, I've never felt that before in my life. That was incredible.
How's this going to work, Debbie?
Okay, even when I do normal work, and it doesn't have to be past life, when we clear in emotions such as anger, sadness, hurt, pain, whatever, it can be from the childhood, from now, from the womb, from past life, from genealogy. When we clear those emotions, all of a sudden the body is tingling. What's happening is the body has its own set up state, and all of a sudden we go and remove an emotion. We remove something, and the rest of the emotions are trying to travel around to basically the pathways are opening for information to come in. Quite often people feel stiff, and then you do some work and all of a sudden they feel lighter. This is 99% of my clients feel tingling with the work I do. This is not just with you. I mean, this has happened with everybody. Even when I don't do past life, I do the normal hypnotic work. We have the tingling because people feel lighter. The minute, like people have anger, remove that anger out of them. I'm telling you, the whole body becomes lighter, and every other emotion and belief and feeling, the muscles are trying to find their new spot, a new place. I mean, there is today I was talking to a client of mine, Dr. Sarno, who's a surgeon, and he talks about the back. He wrote a book, all kinds about your back pain, how to heal your back pain. And he says if you change your mind, you heal the relationships with the people around you, all of a sudden your back is not having any pain anymore. So, and this is old book, but still, I mean, the idea is there. So when we remove negativity, negativity is very heavy, Richard. Negative, it's very heavy. When you're feeling love, you're feeling lighter, you're lifted. When you're feeling anger, sadness, hurt, pain, guilt, and all that, you're feeling down.
And the theory is that the root of these problems, it could be undiagnosed pain. The root is in a previous life.
Could be,
some unresolved issue, a contract between you and another person in a previous life. And these relationships you carry from one incarnation to the next. You mentioned, we're almost out of time here, Paul, but you mentioned that in one previous life when you were Raja, your father in that lifetime is now your present-day father-in-law,
right?
Which is interesting.
And it's funny because when I first met my now father-in-law, I had this feeling that he had been my father or something. And
really?
There's someone who I met recently, and the first time I met him, a friend of mine, and I felt like he was my brother. And I wouldn't be surprised if I do and explored that if he actually was.
Amazing. Okay, so we're going to see you Sunday, November the 16th.
That's right.
The Regent Theater, beautiful theater, historical building down in downtown Oshawa, King Street.
I'll be happy to be there. I'm looking forward.
Followthetruth.tv for more details. Call the box office, 905-721-3399. Do it first thing before you forget, tomorrow morning. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Richard.
All right. And the website, again, followthetruth.tv. The website for the radio program, richardsarrett.com. Say hello on Twitter @RichardSarrett. And as always, follow the truth.